Right, hello everybody. We're 10 days out from the World Rowing Challenge, virtual 1,000 meter challenge. Well done to everybody, I guess today, or yesterday, well, date time, 24th was yesterday, New Zealand time, but right now in America for the indoor rowing champs. Well done to everyone that's competed into that. Maybe it's something that you guys could look at for next year. There's a lot of age group, weight classes, lightweight, plenty of things, para events, you name it. There's even the para thousands instead of the 2K if you're interested in doing those. So awesome stuff there. But today, it's a traditional thing that we used to do. So I'm just going off like past experience really, where we would always do a time trial for our distance 10 days out from an event. So I'm just going to bring it in for this as well. Yeah, it's shorter than the 2K stuff we used to do, but I still think it'll be quite beneficial because in 10 days you can make some good changes, and we can structure what we do in the next 10 days based around what happens today. So what's the only problem is that if we do 1,000 meters, we're all going to be completely different. I'd like to think at the moment, be honest, I'd like to think I'd be around 3 minutes, maybe just a bit over. I'd probably aim for about a 3:02. I used to be able to do a lot quicker, but for 1,000 at the moment, that's what my aim would be. But because of that, I think there are a lot of people that could be doing close to that or a bit over. So I'm actually today, when I do this recording, I'm going to do 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so that's just me. Now, if you want to, you set your machine when we go to start for 1,000 meters, okay? Yes, some people will be slower. Some people will be faster. So I might even look at trying to do 4 minutes. I think that would be, that'd probably be closer to getting everybody involved. But yeah, 3:40 might be quite a good number. Hopefully we get nearly everybody involved with that time. And it could be a lot longer. A lot of you might be finished sitting there going, hey, still going. And then others might be having to push to the line, which, we'll get you through there in that last, 20 odd seconds or whatever it might be. So that's what we're going to do. But today we're all going to do the warm up together, as I've done previously once before. I think it'll just be quite beneficial. But once again, warm up stuff, it's very personal. You know how long it takes you to get warmed up. You know what you need to do in order to get yourself to that point. So, if you want to do what you want to do, that's fine. And then we'll all come back and join together. And it'll probably be like 15 or so minutes, I think, to me. That's probably the amount of 15 to 20 minutes on this warm up is what I'm gonna spend. So what we'll do now is we'll just we'll get into it, and then we can just potter along, talk about it along the way, get ready to rock and roll. So clean your rig. We can have a wipe at the handles and stuff a bit later on. So, and also hopefully you've watched my drag factor video. If you haven't, go back and have a look online. So, just want to get warmed into it. We're going to get the heart rates up a little bit. So just moving nice and free. Getting nice and loose. So every sort of 15 seconds, just feel like you're squeezing it a little bit more. Checking the length. Feel that connection. So adding a little bit more now. Start to look for your training pace. Good. Nice smooth drive. Feel the heart pumping, muscles stretching, warming up. Good push. So when we hit 5 minutes, which I'm going to in 15 seconds, I'm going to go to 24 for 45 seconds. Then a minute 15 break. Here we go. Now, good intent on the press. Good pressure. Good. Good long push. 5 seconds. Good. So when we're doing this piece, I'm probably going to just say one word. One word. I guess cues. So if I say push, it's a concept of thinking that the legs are driving the body, right? That's the push. It's feeling that I'm creating a smooth drive. Okay, so that's what push means. If I say accelerate, that's meaning that I want to think about the acceleration through the stroke. Okay, so am I loading it too much? Have I not got enough swing? That's what acceleration is. Okay, we all know what swing means, so we're trying to think, are my legs coming off? Are they driving the body back? So that's another thing. So those are 3 points. So I've got 10 seconds. I'm going to go to 45 seconds again. This time at about 26 to 28. Ready? Now. So good push. And swing. Good. Accelerate. Feel if it goes any quicker. And wait off. So that push is feeling that initial pressure starting to drive everything. The acceleration, the swing. If I say to sit back, it means think about all of those together. And my legs driving, is everything coming back together? You know, am I doing the sequence of stroke right? So that's what sit back means. When I talk about the catch or front, it means not coming in and out. It means thinking about the timing of the handle to the feet. Obviously, you know that change in direction. It's going to be pretty quick. Want it pretty smooth. We don't want to be punching the erg at the front. So, do 45 seconds again. This one about 30 to 32. Give it a good push. I want to see a good push. So work, then recover. Work, rest. Ready? 3 seconds. Go. Then move the hands. Push. Swing. Good. So take a little bit more time off in between this one. So they're good priming pieces. So we don't want to go too long. We want to go long enough that we start to feel it. Heart rate spikes a bit. Not enough to produce a lot of lactic acid that's going to sit in our muscles, okay? So we should feel puffed at the moment because we're trying to get oxygen back in, not puffed and tight, going, wow, I feel like I've really just burnt some muscle power there. That's the idea behind these sort of priming pieces when we do a warm-up. And the next few, they're just going to be 30-second bursts around our race pace. So whatever your race pace you are expecting or hoping to maintain, this is a good one to start. Even though the flywheel is moving,
This is a good one to get the machine moving and then just tap it along, and you probably end up only tapping it along for 15 seconds, but it gives you the chance to get into a rhythm, start your breathing, focus on your breathing, focus on the relaxation, focus on the drive, the swing, all the other bits, which allows you to get a good rhythm ready to hold and focus for the next part, for the duration of the piece. So we've got 20 seconds, so I'm going to start to firm it. So I'm going to be doing this one about 34 to 36. It's just 30 seconds, so straight onto the rhythm and the rate. So focus the hand speed around the back. Here we go. 2, 1, go. Good. Rhythm. Just like that. So, that's another primer. Now, if you feel like you haven't really done enough, this is another thing working towards some of the pieces, is finding out a good warm-up routine. Everyone's completely different once again, but you need to spend an X amount of time building into that aerobic zone, and then it's just short priming pieces. So we're not the fitter you are, the longer you'll probably need. We used to do a pretty incredible workout on the bike before we got on the water, and I'd do the same if I was going onto the row machine. So I'd pretty much do most of my stuff on the bike, and then I'd almost do just priming pieces from that point onwards, in regards to like the high rate stuff. So right, while we're talking, coming up to another minute marker. So this is going to be same again, probably a little bit quicker if you can. Ready? Go. Hands. Just like that. So have a feel to yourself. So the idea is to do enough, but not too much, okay? Really simple, not stupid, but there's no better way to describe it than that. As I say, it comes down to your fitness, and your experience. If you've done something before similar, if you haven't, which is sort of a lot more around what this is attained to, we'll see how this goes. If you feel like, actually I struggled to get my rate, maybe right now, so just firm it up a little bit. Just do 10 to 15 strokes yourself, just going a little bit higher, a little bit harder than what you're actually going to try for in the piece, okay? So this is a bit over the top work. So I'm just going to rate pretty high. Not max power, but the power with the rate. It should be quicker than what you were just doing before at your race pace. So build into it. Just count to yourself 15 strokes. Building on this one. Now, good. So that's above and beyond, but you should know you've done it, but not be like, oh my God, how am I going to do this piece? And, you know, I went quite a bit quicker there than my controlled race pace stuff that I was looking at for my warm-up. So the idea is, if we can, just let the heart come down a little bit. Then we'll pretty much just do, so this is where we're going to have to time it well. So here we go. So if you want to do 1,000 meters, do 1,000 meters, okay? It's up to you. We'll all start at the same time, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to do 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so you just set yours to 1,000 meters, and I'm going to set mine to 3 minutes 40, and then we'll go through it as we go down. Okay, so focus. You've got 10 to 15 strokes to come out of the blocks and get onto your rhythm. Settle. Then I'm going to call those pointers. Always remember breathing. Breathe. Remember the push. Remember the hang. Remember relaxation. You'll tie up in the arms and the legs if you're having to pull yourself forward. If you're having to yank it in, those are where you're really gonna fade. Okay. Last 200 to 150. Let it go if you want. Sprint it to the line. It'll give you an indication on whether maybe you could have done a little bit more earlier in the piece. And then you can reevaluate it. But definitely the last 100 meters or the last 60 meters, just empty the tank. That's what we want to do. We just want to empty the tank. Yes, technique will struggle a little bit. That's fine. At that point, you've got 10 seconds to go. You know, there's not a lot left in the tank anyway. So you're just emptying whatever resources you've got left, and then row it down through the line. So here we go. So this is about finding what you're capable of doing right now, okay? So breathing nicely. Got a couple of visitors that might make a show. My goats are out. Come here. Hey. Okay. So, set your machine. Jump up. Hey, honey. Set new workout. Single distance. Just click that one down one. And then, yeah, we'll leave it on. No, actually go to 250 meters. So change your split length to 250 meters. So then we can evaluate how each quarter went. Okay. Easiest way to do that. And I'm doing 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Hey ladies, you're gonna have to hop out of the way in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Remember, I'm just going to call one word things that have been relating to what we've been doing. Come on, ladies, out of the way. Come on. So find your rhythm, hit the speed, and then maintain it. Watch the numbers tick down, get through the halfway, breathe again, keep focused. That's what this is all about. Here we go. Right, sitting ready. I'm going to go through the start process. So I'm going to say attention, then go. And on the go, we're all go. Are you ready? Attention. Go. Rhythm. Breathe. Push. Hang. Swing. Hands. Carry. Breathe. Push. It's all right. Rhythm. Carry. Good. Hang. Sprint. Yeah, keep going. Push. Feel the hands. Keep the pressure on. Feel the speed. Yeah, keep going. All the way. All the way. Yeah, keep pushing it. You're still there. Suck it in. Relax the face. Hey, good work, everyone. Great work. So, keep moving. Having a good warm down. Yeah, good. So, have a check. See what your pace was. We'll go back and have a look over the workout afterwards. Gives us a good look at what actually happened. But as I say, hopefully you'll have a mental picture of where you really started to feel it. You know, something like that. All that's going to happen is that you're going to slow down. Okay, it's fact. And all we're trying to do is limit the amount of slow we have. Okay, if we can limit it completely, obviously might even go faster. If we do it perfectly, you'll be rating and pushing and everything to the end, and your splits should stay pretty much the same. But how you felt like you had to give more and more and more until you had to empty the tank. Okay, and in my books, I think that's probably the best way to try and attack these type of things. Yeah, there's a little bit of research around the first 20 to 30 seconds. You shouldn't be able to accumulate any lactate, so you should be able to sprint out of the blocks, but it will catch up on you. Okay, if you're short of breath, you don't take enough deep breaths, you'll really start to struggle. So keep moving. We'll do a good solid warm down. If we've done that right, should have felt tough. Should have felt nearly max. I was getting near the end, you know, and as I say, emptying the tank, it's just there to be done. But we don't want to rely on it. So while we've got the time, go back over to your, so have a quick drink. Untie your feet if you want. Now, go to memory. Should be list by date. Should be either the top one or the second one down. You should see it, say 1,000 meters. Okay, click on it. Now, you'll see that it's been broken down. So if you remembered to change it to 250, you'll see every quarter, and you'll see what happened every quarter. You'll see your rate. If you're using watts, I'm using per 500 meter split. So I'm looking, in my third 500 split was slightly slower, a little bit slower. Well, my third quarter of my 3-minute 40. So it was slightly slower, which means probably need to focus a little bit more in that area. Just around not letting the speed slow down. My other ones are pretty close. Now, when I'm talking slowed down, we're talking 0.7 of a second between the four pieces. So pretty close, but 0.7 of a second, you know, over 1,000 meters at that speed, you know, that's half a second. That could be the difference between 3 minutes flat for me and 2:59.6 or something. So, you know, it is what it is. So just have a look at it. Just see what happened. You know, did your rate change at all? Obviously, if you did a bit of a sprint at the end, your last one will be quicker. But did you start out high and then it dropped down a split or two? So maybe that's something to think about for you as well. But what were we trying to do today? We were trying to practice the 1,000 meters, okay? And the only way to do that is to actually practice it. You know, we can't go in blind and just go, oh, I hope I do well today. Now you've got a benchmark, okay? So whatever your benchmark is, if that's a PB for you, if you've done one before and you actually went faster today, awesome. I'll take a bit of credit. But if you've never done one before, that's now your time, okay? So if you did 1,000 meters, it'll go into the, if you're on ErgData, linked it with Concept 2 workbook, logbook, it should go up there and you can rank it. You can actually go on there. So that's a good thing to do, actually. ErgData it. If it's not, you'll have to manually input it. But 1,000 meters is a ranking piece. So when you go into your logbook, you'll see the workout down the bottom, and you can see a rank column and like in the table down the bottom. Press that and actually go in for this season and see where you lie against anyone else in your weight class or in your age group, or in your para classification for the year. And obviously even you could have a look and see what you are off the world record, but I know that the 1,000 meter world records are pretty tough, very, very tough. You know, it's people that are just training for short pieces, pretty strong. So, hey, maybe one of you out there is actually pushing that 1,000 meter world record. So yeah, now you've got your benchmark. We've got 10 days till we do another one. You know, we'll do some pieces in the between times. Now you sort of know what your average, so whatever your average split was throughout that period, you know, whether it's 500 meters or if you were using watts, you can work to that when we start doing pieces. And that's the great part about it. And even pushing it, you know, you want to push it a little bit harder. That's the idea, that's the aim of the game. So when we do our full-on 1,000 meters in 10 days' time, I probably won't say too much. I might just do it by myself and put it online because I want to have a nudge at it as well. But it also does give us 4 days to do another one. So if something goes wrong, you a bit sweaty, a bit hot, you lose your grip of your handle, you know, you're not comfortable on the seat, you've been tired or been a bit sick, you lost your breath halfway through, you swallowed a bug, you know, you have to cough a little bit, so you drop some splits. It does give us 4 days, 5 days, I guess, to be able to do another one. And if I've been able to do another one, 4 days is plenty of time to recover and build back up to it, okay? So that's what we'll be doing. And probably 3 days out, we'll do some short, sharp pieces, some like 500s or 2-minute splits that'll build us up again towards it. So my mates are coming in again, my cheerleaders. Come here, Coco. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I've got to go do some work, so I'm not going to be able to fully warm down at the moment. I'll do that a little bit later, but it's really just, today was about figuring where you're at right now, today. So when we try, all we're trying to do every single day is be better than you are today, okay? And whatever you do, life, business, sport, exercise, it's just about being better than you are right now. So all the best. Thanks for tuning in. Keep subscribing. Tell your mates. And and we'll keep trucking along. We'll get this 1,000-meter done, and then we'll start working on a few more things and potentially build into some 2K stuff. So you'll probably have to leave some comments on, I guess, historical times that countries do 2Ks. Okay, so New Zealand's always, obviously it's our summer, we're January, and next weekend will be the national trials, so that was always another 2K erg test for us, and then we just never did one again. Whereas I know a lot of people come to the end of the winter and they do 2Ks. You know, started programs, if you've got a program or a university that you're trying to set a 2K time for to be in a trial team or to be in the top team, just let me know when those are, and I'll just see whether or not we're able to make something that works around those sort of dates, because I'm assuming that we're probably looking April, May, maybe. I'm not sure. That's why you guys need to tell me. So all the best. Thanks, guys. Note that down. Remember, erg data, logbook, rank the piece. If there's anyone that's top of the world, let me know. I'll give you a big high five. Awesome. Thanks, guys.